Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mamas. Oh my God, guys, this weekend there was so much figure skating that I literally had brain freeze. We had the Junior Grand Prix in Armenia, we had the Japan Open, we had the King's Cup International, we had Shanghai Trophy, we had Finlandia Trophy. By the end of it, I was literally seeing ice skating in my dreams. But getting right to all the skating, starting out in Armenia, the Junior Grand Prix really surprised me with the men. Again, we are seeing the rise of the American men in junior. And the American men have been inconsistent for nearly a decade now. Yes, they had Nathan, but even while they had Nathan, everybody else was inconsistent. Then Nathan left and they got Ilya. But again, even while they have Ilya, the rest of the group is still incredibly inconsistent. And I'm wondering if this next generation of US men, if the that are coming up, if that will be the generation that finally brings consistency to US men's skating once again. So the winner here for the men was Daniel Martinov. Not a full package skater. He doesn't have great jumps, doesn't have good spins. He doesn't have anything that I would say is remarkably memorable, but he gets the job done. He's a very serviceable skater. He's a very serviceable skater. He got the job done. He's making his way to the Grand Prix final. In second place, whom I had him fighting for the gold medal, and he really fought, was Shunsuke Nakamura. In Osaka, he had a very horrible outing. He finished eighth. He came in here, you saw his fight, you saw his determination. He was here for a redemption. And had he not singled the second triple axel, he would have won here. It literally was that singling of the triple axel that kept him out of the first place medal. And it was very sad to see, but again, he fought. He fought as much as he could. And then we had the from Latvia, out of nowhere, Ferdy Kushlish. He needed to have the skate of his life, and he had the skate of his life to get on there. And I think this might be the first medal for that country, because I don't think Denis Vasiliev ever won a medal for them in the Junior Grand Prix. So I think this might be their first men Junior Grand Prix medal. For me, the standout star of the men was Alexander Fagan. The core strength, the posture, the spin, the ice presence, the glide, the gentle knee. Yes, he hasn't hit puberty yet, so there's no way to determine that he is going to keep all of these inherent talent. But if he can go through puberty and he can maintain his core strength, he could maintain his balletic training, he could be something special. Oh, he was a delight to watch, both in the short and in the long. Then for the ice dance, I told you guys that Elizabeth Tkachenko and Alexei Kilikov were coming for their gold. At their last Grand Prix, when they saw they had won the silver medal, Elizabeth was not happy. And I was like, she is coming into this competition for her gold medal, and no one better stand in her way. You know me. You know I love me a dramatic ice dancer. And she has got it all. Her and her partner have beautiful line. They're an attractive couple. She's giving me Barbara Fusapoli energy. Like she will stare down the judges if they give her the wrong scores. I'm here for her. This is my favorite ice dance couple on the Junior Grand Prix right now, because they're so unique, because they're so different, and they stand out so well. And they're from Israel, which is a very well-funded, very politically affluential federation in figure skating. So I see this team doing very well at the Grand Prix final, maybe even winning it. and just doing well in general as a junior and making that transition to senior. I see really great things for this team, especially with Miss Elizabeth in the driver's seat. And second place was the Pearl, the brother and sister team, Elena Pearl and Ethan Pearl. A very lovely couple, very nice. I think he's she I think if she grows a little more, she might be too tall for him. But for right now, they're a very nice couple. The Italian couple really impressed me. Naomi Marie Tali and Noah Lafonora, they are also an incredibly well matched pair. They have a nice musicality to them. There's a gentleness, a softness to them that's really just pleasant to watch. I wonder how they'll do though when they have to do like Latin themes and more fiery theme rhythm dance. But lovely couple. So this podium, I was very happy with this podium. And then we got to the women. The top six was so close, and it was exactly as I imagined. All the players that I imagined would probably be on the top six were in the top six. I did think that Japan would go 1-2 here, but unfortunately it didn't play out that way. Again, the Americans were in here, surprising me, because who actually made it on the podium were the two Americans. So starting off with sixth place is the young Georgian Enga Gogenzi. I thought she would do the triple axel here because she did it last year while she was a junior. So I wonder if because she grew, if the technique is no longer stable. Because this was an opportunity for her to get on the podium, but she chose not to do the triple axel, which in my opinion is very smart. If your technique is not stable, then do not risk injury. You still have junior worlds. Let's focus on that and not risk injury. So I was very happy to see them make that decision as a team. Then MB Park from South Korea. Oh, what an adorable little skater. I mean, the depth in South Korea just keeps getting more and more amazing. And I think she was like eighth in the preliminaries to actually get assigned to a Grand Prix. And that is how deep it is in Korea. So she only got one Grand Prix assignment. But again, a lovely little skater. The jumps need work, but in terms of like musicality, extension, package, she's going in the right direction. Then Akura Kushida, I honestly thought she was going to get the silver medal here. She's such a musical, performative, just intuitive with the music, with the eyes. She plays to the audience. She's sassy. I feel like she's going to be such a fun skater to watch transition into senior if she could maintain that personality. Again, the jumps just was not her day. The jumps just weren't there. And then we had Sherry Zhang. Guys, you know I always try not to get emotionally attached to these skaters, especially when they're American ladies, because, oh, Lord, that never plays out well for me. But I'm feeling the pull of Sherry Zhang. Her jump technique is so good. Her jump technique, even though she cannot land all of her jumps, the basic of the jump technique itself is so good. Her spins, really, really good. Musicality, there's a joy in her body when she skates. If she can continue on this path, if puberty hits and she maintains her core strength, she maintains her edge, she continues, training the other elements and not just focusing on the jumps. If she could maintain all that through puberty, America may finally have a solid contender for the junior ladies. And then we had, for the silver medal here was Elise Len Gracie. She's a lovely skater. She has such lovely qualities. Nice spin, beautiful extension, but her jumps are incredibly under-rotated. But then again, who's her coach? It's not like America is trying to change that situation. So I'm not going to beat that horse because it's dead once again. who's her coach. So she's definitely got an under rotation problem, and if they don't fix that under rotation and they let her stay with Tammy Gamble, then she gets the right callers. She might go far, but she gets a caller who calls her under rotation. That might just keep her off the podium. She's got that Tammy Gamble under rotated technique. That's what it is. And then our winner, our unquestionable, undisputed winner here, Mal Shimada. Oh my God. It's pointless to just keep raving about Mal Shimada. The triple axel was so beautiful. The quad, again, down she went. They keep putting it in. At this point, it is what it is. But everything else, lovely. Spins, jumps. I cannot wait for the showdown between her and Jia Chen at the junior Grand Prix final. I'm really looking forward to that. And then we made our way over to the seniors, starting off with the Japan Open. Ah, let me start off with the men. So in the Japan Open, it's only the men and the women, and it's only the long program. There's no pairs, there's no ice dance. But we did get an appearance by Riku and Ryuichi here. They did their long program, and they look so much more relaxed, so much more comfortable, so much calmer here, that it was really a joy to see. They look so much better here than they did at Autumn Classic. And I know they're getting a new short program. That combined with their new confidence, I hope it takes them far. In terms of the ice dance, we had Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron. They did a show program. It wasn't up to, the technical level. However, just seeing what they did with the show program had me thinking, if they decide to come back next year and they really dedicate themselves and do the training, I don't see why they can't win a second gold in Milan. I see no reason, given what I've seen so far, why they wouldn't win a second goal in Milan. I hope they do the Virtue and Moyer thing and they come back. I would love to see it. Now, starting off the Japan Open with the men. We had, of course, the one and only Maurice Kitalashvili. The Billy was doing the good work, earning Eteri her 40%. What can I say? Guys, I'm going to be very mean to the women, so I'm going to be nice here, and I'm going to leave the Billy alone. The Billy gave us a Elvis Presley. He gave us a King special. And it was kingly. It was kingly. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave the Billy alone. Jason Brown, the Tarzan program. First, right off the bat, thank you, thank you. They could have gone the obvious Tarzan theme songs. Instead, they chose really great pieces of music from the soundtrack. Again, this was show Jason. This was not competition Jason. But again, if Jason decides that he's going to go back to Brian and Tracy, and he is going to, I don't know, maybe like 4 to 5 months before national, he's really gonna put in the training to put back in the triple. I don't see why Jason cannot walk away with a bronze medal at national. And if the American men decide not to show up like they often do, he might end up working away with the silver medal and getting himself another ticket to Worlds. You looked at that program in its complexity, its difficulty, its range, and you see 4 or 5 months of training put into that, and it is another masterpiece. I really hope he starts training it so we can see it in its completion at nationals. Then we had Kevin Amos with that bolero. I'm still not buying the bolero, but you know what? Kevin Amos is one of those skaters who has conviction, and little by little, he's gonna win me over. I know it. Not yet, but he's gonna get me there. For right now, for me, Kevin is a solid silver at French national, and he's a solid silver at European. Where he'll end up at Worlds, we'll just have to see who shows up. And then Kashiro Shimada. I know, guys. I know every season. I say this is going to be Kashiro's season. He's going to find that consistency and be able to deliver two clean programs. And every season, Kashiro's like, nope, not going to happen. But what's the worst that could happen? I'm wrong again another season. So I'm going to say it. This season, Kashiro Shimada is going to find that consistency and he's going to deliver two clean programs. I believe it. But he's such a favorite of mine. He has so much potential. He's just never been able to deliver those potentials. But he's getting more comfortable with doing the quads. The triple axel looks better every season. I really feel like he could do it. Then we had Kazuki Tomoto. He has a lovely free skate. There is nothing wrong with his free skate. My issue is giving the depth of the Japanese men. I don't know if a lovely free skate is going to get him out of Japanese national and onto the world's team. I felt like I don't know. And I want it for him because he's such a well-rounded, lovely skater. I want him on that world team. I just don't know if his free skate is going to be enough to get the job done. And then, of course, Ilya Melanin did the quad axel. Very nice. Oh, and he was out here with his mom this time. Usually you see him with his dad, so it was really sweet to see him with his mom. There's improvement, guys. He's not a complete skater yet, but there is improvement. They are listening, they are working, they are making the necessary changes. And we bash him for the jumping, so we need to praise him when he actively makes little improvement. And there was little improvements. And now we get to the ladies. The ladies was a tale of two cities. The good city and the bad city. Let us start with the good city. And I don't mean about the jumping. No, I'm speaking strictly about the packaging and the outfits. In the good city, we had Mariah Bell. Just looking her 1990 throwback lovely self. I love the mirror effect of the pale blue dress. I love the cut. She looked adorable. Then we had Miss Kimmy Rippon. That dress is $1 million dress. That dress is tailor made. That dress screams money. That dress screams taste. When Miss Rippon steps on the ice, she looks expensive. She looks delightful. I love that dress. Then, of course, we had the one and only Tiny Queen. Miss Satoko Miyahara. Miss Satoko has never done a bad outfit in her life. She doesn't know what a bad outfit looks like. So, of course, her beautiful silver chandelier Romeo and Juliet outfit was to the T. I don't know why Satoko doesn't start her own, company to train these women on how to serve the figure skating outfit tea. Because she sure does have taste to spare. Now we get to the bad city. First, Kaori Sakamoto. She's not really in the bad city. There's nothing wrong per se with the dress itself. It's perfectly serviceable. It's a basic figure skating dress. But why the gloves? Like, what is the use of the unnecessary glove hands? Why? But she was the least offensive of the bad city women. Then we had Luna Hendricks. I'm going to call that outfit the Dollar Tree DIY special. Luna is such a beautiful, elegant looking girl. Who made the executive decision to put her in the Dollar Tree DIY special? With the bejeweled underwear, with the little piece of cloth that covers it, with the flat bustier that looks like it's screaming of death, with the black and the silver. Who thought that the bejeweled Dollar Tree glitter ribbon special was an outfit for this lovely young woman? Who did this to Luna Hendricks? Who on her team said, this is the way? And no one on the team was like, this is not the way? And then I've already made my opinion felt on this, but I'll reiterate it just in case it wasn't clear. Why would you take a lovely, beautiful young lady and age her by 9 years by putting her in the grandma, dirty, drapey, shredded dress? Why would you do that to this child? Why would you age her? Why would you matrify a lovely young girl? No, no. I don't know what's going on. We need to do second, third opinion. Just because you go into the shop and you see everything doesn't mean you need to put everything on the dress. Less is more. Less is always more. Just say no. You know what? As a matter of fact, say no to the dress. Say no to the figure skating outfit. Just start saying no. Now, to the actual skating itself. You know what? Don't come for my girl Mariah. Don't you be coming for my girl Mariah. Mariah was living her best life doing her show skating, and then she had to do this competition, and she dusted off her skating boots, and she gave us one clean triple. What you want from Mariah? What you want from Mariah? She did one clean triple. She gave you what she could. And then Kimmy Rippon. I just feel like she needs an oomph. Like she has all the basics, she has all her triples, she has all her spin, but she just needs that. She's got all the ingredient, but it's just not simmering right. She needs a little more power. She needs a little more height. She needs a little more speed to her jumps. But all of these things will come. But there's an inherent extra something she needs that's going to put her on that next level. And she hasn't found it yet. And then Satoko Miyahara gave us, for me, the performance of the season. This was Romeo and Juliet. She gave us elegance. She gave us class. She gave us power. She gave us passion. She gave us drama. But it was restrained drama. When she stabbed herself and fell to the ice, you were like, Romeo, you felt it. This is what I want in figure skating. I don't care. There was a part in the program where she's doing this one leg bracket, and I will take that one leg bracket over all the quads in the world any day. This is my tiny queen mountain that I will die on. This is figure skating. And to think we could have had a generation of Satoko Miyahara skaters, and the ISU sold us out. They sold us out. This is what we could have had, and they sold us out. I'm so bitter. And then Isabeau, the jumps, they are what they are. But she has lovely lines. There are lovely moments. Unfortunately, the hideousness of the dress makes it impossible for you to see. Because the dress is so heavy, when she extends her leg, it cuts it off at the knee. You cannot see her full extension. You cannot see her back because this dress is too heavy. And that is a shame. Because those are the things, when you take away the jumps, that will keep her in contention. And they're hiding them. Then Luna Hendricks. That program is empty. That is an empty shell of a program. Okay? There is nothing to that program except some smoke break, some pantomiming, and some Vogue. 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 There is nothing to that program. But what I will say is her jumps look good. Given the fact that she was doing shows the entire off season, I was not expecting her jumps to be where they are. She looks like she's almost competition ready. Her jumps look good. And that to me was quite amazing. The program, not so much. Her jumps, her stamina, her level, quite amazing. And then, of course, Kari Sakamoto. Kari Sakamoto is always a grow into skater. And by that, I mean she gets her program and then she slowly grows into them as the season progresses. And that's what she's always done, and that's what she's doing now. She's growing into her program. But now that she's done with school, now that she's graduated from college, she has so much more time now to actually put into skating that I want to see what she does with the extra time that she now has to devote to skating. How is she going to grow? I'm looking forward. And then we also had like another little competition snuck in between everything, which was like the King's Cup International. I'm only going to focus on the women, the senior women. So we saw Hannah Herrera here. She looked good. She looks good. Hannah is one of those skaters that's been around US ladies figure skating for quite a while. But every time you think it's going to be her season, she can't quite get it together. So I feel like this might be another one of those seasons, but I'm hoping because there's such nice potential there that she can finally get it together this season. Then, Audrey Shin, she won here, still with the leg wrap, still with the lovely spins, a lovely all around skater. She's a Tammy Gamble skater, so everything is under rotated. Again, it is what it is. Then we also had Star Andrew who won the silver here. Now, in a previous video I made, when I heard that Star Andrew was going to do Alien Superstar, I told you guys I was not convinced. I was not convinced. I didn't really think she could pull it off, but I will admit I was wrong. I saw the short program. First off, Star started off that program with a triple toe, triple toe. I don't think I've seen that triple toe in years. I think it's been years we've been looking for Star's triple toe, triple toe. She whipped it out here. Already that's a whole new start to her season. But the way the song is played and the way they choreograph the program, there are such little nice movement. There's moments, there's pauses to it that makes it really interesting. And this is just the beginning of the season. Is it 100%? Is it my favorite? No. But is it so much better than what I was expecting? It really is. It really is. So I just have to wait and see what happens as the season progresses. And then, of course, from the King's Trophy International, we went into the Shanghai Trophy. I'm going to start off right off of pairs because pairs was what I was most excited to see because, I loved Cheng and Peng and Jeng and Jen, and I was hearing that Jen might be injured and that's why they're not skating together anymore. I hope that's not the case. I hope he just chose to be tired or he's gonna work with another partner, but I hope he's not injured. But I heard that was what happened to him in some of the forums. But Cheng Peng and Li Wang look good. I didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised here. First off, I was not expecting Peng to land any jump. No one has ever expected Cheng Peng to land any jump. That is why her programs are always choreographed for the jumps to be at the start of the program. She takes the deduction and then she goes back to the rest of the skating. And that is how the programs are choreographed. Take the deduction on the jumps, go back to the rest of the skating. But the rest of the skating, the twist is good. The spins are good. The lifts, the Chinese always eat air on the lift. But the throws, the way she goes up in the air and then Ping comes down, one leg already out in the air and she just lands like this is my house. They look good. To be honest, if their coaches are smart, I would say take out the triple jump altogether. Just let her do a double in the short, then do a double in the long, and then another double. Given the competition level as it is right now, with 3 doubles, with a single double, then a double, a single double toe, then a double toe, and then maybe a double sow, they could still medal. They could easily do a bronze. They could easily do a silver based on the strength of all their other elements. By doing the double, they may not get the maximum points of a triple, but they don't get a negative GOE. They might even get a little positive GOE, putting them closer to their competitors. But overall, it was so much better than what I expected. Then we had like Annika Hanek and Robert Canal. So close to winning. Their short program, they looked brilliant. They came into that free program and they looked amazing. I was like, yes, they are our winners. And then they went into the death trap. I don't know what happened. I guess they lost the level and that was gone. But then complete disaster strike when they went into that last spin. And for some reason, Annika just went down plop. And just like that, the gold medal was gone from them. And then I especially felt bad for Anastasia Goboleva and Hector G. Moore. I'm not trying to say his name, guys, because I can't. Let me see. Giotopoulos. Giotopoulos. Did I say that right? Giotopoulos? Anyhow, they started off the free as I expected them to, because technically they have the side-by-side triples, the throws. So they started off the free in first place as I expected them to. But then, I mean, they started off the short in first place I expected them to. But then in the free, when, they put down the lifts, I was wondering, are they injured? Is it an injury? Like, what's going on with them? They just didn't look competition ready. They didn't look themselves. I hope it's nothing major. I hope it's just first competition nerves. It's just jitter that they go back home, they work at it, and they come back stronger. Because they're a young team, but they have a lot of potential. And I would hate to see that potential wasted. Then we moved on to the men. Jimmy Ma gave us another Jimmy Ma performance. It is what it is. Matteo Rizzo, I was very surprised. He did not look competition ready. His stamina was nowhere to be found. We were getting triples. The quads. He doesn't look competition ready, and that's sad because Fragapini just won a medal. Mamola is making some strides on the senior circuit. So if he wants to be the number one man in Italy, he has to be consistent. And this is not, I don't have him on my European podium right now. I don't have him having a medal at European right now. He just didn't look competition ready. Boy and Jen, it was his birthday. It was so nice to see the rain of like stuffed animals for him. Boyan looked like such a nice guy, and it was so nice for him to win a medal on home ice. Guys, the skating skills, slowly but surely, he's getting some. The jumps, slowly but surely, are coming back. If he can continue at this pace, if he stays at the cricket club, if he keeps taking those, the Tracy edge classes, if he continue working on his stamina with Brian, who now has a new hip and looks better than we've seen him in like maybe a decade and a half. If he's putting all that new energy he has into Boy and Jen, because he no longer has Junhwa Cha, so he's got to refocus that energy. If he's refocusing that energy into Boy and Jen, we might have something. We might have something. Talking about Junhwa Cha, my cha baby, cha cha cha. This was a much better outing than last week. First of all, he changed the white blouse immediately. Positive grade of GOE all over. Yes, I'm that shallow. I am that shallow where I will give you +5 just for changing your shirt. But more than the changing of the shirt, he was a little more comfortable. He was a little more confident. The triple axel, I don't know what kind of roadblock he is having with the triple axel this season. The first one was good. He went in for the second one. Nope, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing at all. And I feel like the more this happened, probably the bigger of a roadblock the triple axel will become for him. So it's now up to him and his team and a good sports psychologist to figure out how he can overcome this. Because if he can't, guys, the field for men is just too deep. If he can't, there goes his season to be on the podium. And I would really hate to see that. Our winner here was Adam Sion Hemfa. Adam is making his statement very clear for winning European. He is making his statement very clear. Adam has always been one of those skaters that I like. He's interesting. He definitely has his unique point of view. and he has conviction in his skating. And now that he is like up his tech level, he is now competitive with the rest of the men field. I easily, if he can continue on this path, French nationals is definitely his. European, a very good possibility. And I'm having him as a dark horse to maybe get a medal on the Worlds. We have to wait and see how, you know, the rest of the season goes. But he's making a very good case for himself. Then ice dance. I do not know what is in the ice dance water, but the twizzles are rough. I mean, Marco, steady, ready Marco, had a little boo-boo in his rhythm dance on the twizzle. I don't think I've ever seen Marco mess up on the twizzle, unless I'm blocking out some of their skating. Again, the rhythm dance was a little rough for them, but they came back in the free. I will admit I have not been a fan of this Italian pair. I have often harped on Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri. But I'm one of those people, I will give due when due is due. And this season for me is their best in terms of packaging. The free dance, I mean, it's lovely. It's lovely for them. It's the best free dance that I've seen them do. And they came back in the free dance and they did it lovely. And given what's been going on with everybody else, again, they are making their statement very firmly that they are the European champion and that they deserve to be on that podium at World. And not with the rhythm dance because it wasn't very good here, but definitely in that free dance. And then we had Evgenia Leporova and Jeffrey Bassard, the French. I like their rhythm dance simply because they didn't do Janet, they didn't do Michael Jackson, they didn't do Madonna. Just for that alone, I like it. Thank you, thank you. Their free dance is generically lovely. It doesn't do anything for me. That's what it is. Um, Shui and Wang and Shui and Lee. Again, neither of their program really did anything for me. There's nothing inherently wrong with them. They just didn't do anything for me. Which is funny because when you give them like quirky, interesting program, like their chaplain program, they're such an interesting pair. Maybe it was nerve, maybe it's because of them being at home. I'm gonna reserve judgment because I do like this pair. I do like Wang and Lee a lot. I do like Wang and Lu a lot. So I'm gonna reserve judgment because they were on home ice. It was a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna reserve judgment. But I wasn't quite impressed with their first outing. And then finally the ladies. Honestly, guys, I thought Zaying and I thought Nini would have a great outing here. Because, she was in the Asian Open, she looked good. This was a home ice competition. But sometimes skaters say that skating on home ice is the worst for them. The added pressure, the family being there, the friends, it just makes it go all wrong. And I feel like for Nini, Jiayun Eng, that's exactly what happened. Her jumps just completely failed her. And then she changed her long program. I actually like the Golden Flower long program. So now they're doing this opera, modern dance type. I don't get it yet. I don't get it yet. Again, she was at home. Maybe it was nerves. Let's give it another competition. But I don't understand why they changed the program. The Golden Flower long program was very pretty. Um, I told you guys one of the Ninis might surprise us here and end up on the podium. And that was Nina Petrokina. Had a great outing here. Not in the short, but she came back in the long and she fought. I am so looking forward to Europeans because there's just little surprises popping left and right. Then for Hyen Lee, this was her second silver medal. I don't know who's choreographing all of these programs where the skaters go right up to the board into the judge's face and go, ha! Maybe the skaters are sick and tired of the judges and they're like, we see you, you're cheating bastards. We see you. And that's why everybody's going up to the board to go, ha. But out of all the ha goers, Hyen Lee has the best one. She goes right up to that judging booth and she stares them down. That alone is +5 GOE for me. But again, Hyen, just like Kari, is a slow starting skater. Her jumps are always under rotated at the beginning of the season. The triple flip, triple loop, triple toe is always a battle for her at the beginning of the season, but she's not falling. And last season, she was falling a lot during the start of her season. So I do see progress. I do see her improving, and I'm very happy for her. But those under rotation, they need to get a little more elevation so the judges stop, dinging her with the under rotation. And the surprise winner here, Miss Brady Tennell. Oh, with her triple double. She fought. She fought with that triple double. Oh my God. And her, still under rotation. Still under rotation for Brady. But guys, coming back from injury, so much progress. She has made so much progress. Can we see Brady Tennell back on U.S. national podium? We don't know yet because it's a very long season. We don't know yet, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. And then finally, we made our way to the Finlandia Trophy. Finlandia, why'd you break my heart, Finlandia? Why? Oh, guys, I think I need to stop letting the figure skating gods know what I want. Because, last week I was really, really looking forward to Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Laga, my little Lala couple. We saw what happened. And then this week, I was really, really, really looking forward to my beloved Laurence Fournier-Boudry and Nikolai Sursin, and look what happened. So I am putting it out there right now, figure skating gods. I don't care about Hawaii and Baker. I don't care about Chalk and Bates. I don't care about Piper and Paul. Okay? I'm putting it out there. So you have nothing to take away from me. But anyhow, starting with Finlandia. Again, figure skating was out here shocking me left and right. From juniors to seniors, I was getting a shock. And this shock for me at Finlandia came in the form of pairs. Oh my God. The winners was Ellie Khan and Danny O'Shea. What is this? Danny's umpteenth partner? Has Danny finally found himself the partner that's going to get him back to the top of U.S. National Championship? It's too early to say. But this was quite the surprise for me. They look good. They look good. They still need to work on the throws. They still need to work on the side by side. But the lifts are so amazing. The in between skating, it looks good. If they could get the throws down and maybe the side by side again, the same thing I would tell Cheng to do. Take out all triples, do doubles. Because if you could do doubles and she could land the throws, the strength of everything else is so amazing that they could find themselves on the podium. That's how amazing they are, that they could find themselves on the podium on the strength of the rest of their program. And that's exactly what happened. They found themselves on the podium here on the strength of the rest of their program. Then we know we had Rebecca Shaladi and Filippo Ambrosini. Again, those side by side jumps. The side by side jumps, they really have to either get some solid double doubles if they're not going to be able to do the triples. You can't do double doubles and not deliver the double doubles. You're not going to win gold that way. They're a good pair. They don't have the lifts of like a Khan and O'Shea, but they have everything else just solid. I don't know if that will be enough for them to medal at European, because there is a lot of good European teams right now. So I don't know if just being solid in everything is going to be enough to let them medal at European. We have to see how they progress throughout the season. But right now, I can't think of a single thing that they did where I was like, wow. Whereas with Danny and Illa, I was looking at those lists and I was like, wow. I was looking at the in between skating, the positions. I was like, wow. Their extension, I was like, wow. I can't say the same thing for Rebecca and Filippo. And then the Hungarians. The Hungarians, I didn't see them coming. I really didn't see them coming. Again, nothing absolutely completely amazing, but a perfectly serviceable a perfectly serviceable pair. But for me, it was definitely the Finnish team. Melina Vaninem, Melina Vaninem, and Filippo Celeric. Imagine the pressure of being on home ice, competing on home ice, a relatively young pair. And they were clean. They were completely and absolutely clean. Again, are they 100%? No. But they gave the performance of their life when it mattered under pressure, and that's not something a lot of people can do. So I was so happy for them. I always love it when skaters skate at home and they manage to deliver. It just hits differently. And then the men. Um, I'm really impressed with Nikolai Mamola. He's making his transition from senior to junior, and he's handling it very well. He's a very tall skater, very tall, very skinny, very elegant skater. So he needs to get better control of his body, especially when he's rotating in the air. But he has really nice extension and he's young. So he has time to grow into his physique so that he can get more control. I think he's making a very, very nice progress in his senior and continuing in his senior journey. And then the Selikov brothers. The Selikov brothers had a great outing here. I think this is the first time they've competed in the same competition. Wonderful. The younger brother, Mikhail, just nice, lovely skater. Jumps need work, spins need a lot of work, but he's coming together. Lucas Buschetti, I thought he would have been on the podium, but again, another skater who's not competition ready. He is not competition ready. The jumps were just not there. He's a performer, and even with these circumstances, you could still see him trying to perform those programs. But unfortunately, the stamina is just not there. He just couldn't get through that free program just yet. On the podium instead is the older of the two Selevko brother, Alexander Selevko. That quad looked good. That quad toe looked good. I'm so happy for the brothers. I'm so happy for Estonia. I'm so happy for Alexander. He came here, he fought, he did a good program, and he walked away with a medal. And then, of course, the top two positions went to the Japanese, Shun Soto. I've been a fan of Shun Soto since junior. For me, Shun Soto is one of those skaters that he's gonna get that program. He hasn't gotten it yet, but he's going to get that program and is just going to take him to that next level. There is just something about his skating. It's grounded, it's got just the right amount of tension, just the right amount of extension. He still needs work on his spins. He still needs work on his jump, but he's got that lovely Japanese technique, that nice glide on the ice, the good knee bend. I feel like once he gets the right packaging, because he's never gotten good packaging from junior until now, Once he gets with the right choreographer, a good choreographer, they give him a head to toe packaging. He's gonna be something to watch for. And then the winner here, Kalmura, I don't love his program. Guys, I almost missed the Beauty and the Beast. I'm not a fan of his program, of his long program. The short is okay, but I'm not really a fan of the long program. I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. I miss the Beauty and the Beast. I don't know what to say. But that was the men. And then the ice dance. The ice dance, guys. I nearly had a moment. Every competition, the ice dance has been a problem for me. Problem na tête moi. And this was no difference. No difference. This was a problem for me. And what was that problem? That was Lawrence Fournier-Boudry and Nikolai Sorenstein and the rhythm dance. Literally, Nikolai kind of like got off centered on his twizzles, and then he kind of leaned, and that lean kind of threw Lawrence off balance, and then down she went. Now, I did notice something. Lawrence fell on her twizzle. Diana, nepotism of the century baby, Davis fell on her twizzle. But I guess when you fall on your twizzle and your mother is teamplushenko, you get silver. But when you fall on your twizzle and you only have a coach that is named Marie-France Dubry, the most you could do is a bronze medal. The power of teamplushenko truly is amazing. But anyhow, this was still a great competition, even though my heart was broken about what happened to Lawrence and Nikolai. It was still a wonderful competition. There were just so many skaters that I enjoy seeing. So Omar Brown and Cage Brown, guys, when they were on the practice ice with the other seniors, they look like babies. They look like little babies playing on the big kids playground. Even though Cage grew a little, they just look so tiny and adorable. And then Yuka Orihara and Juno Piraman. I'm so invested in this couple. I know it's going to take them a while to get up the ladder of ice dance, given the way it is, like it's so politicized. If you don't have the right parent, the right coach, it's going to be hard for you to get to the top. But I'm so invested in this pair. I'm especially invested in Yuka. If you're gonna do Madonna, do Madonna. And Yuka gave us Madonna. If you're gonna do the 30s, do the 30s. And she gave us Big Mama. She was selling it. And also, Juno was there with her every step of the way, just showcasing her. I feel like this is such an interesting pair, and they're so underrated. And then speaking of interesting pairs that the judges are just playing, Marie Dupaye and Thomas Nabais. I love this team. I think they are one of the most interesting, one of the most innovative, one of the most unique team. But I feel like because they don't fit the box of what's ice dance expected, that they're just not getting the scores that they deserve. But their edge control, their speed, their connection, their musicality, their programs are always uniquely theirs. There is just so much there. This team has so much potential and so much talent, and it's really sad that the judges are not going to give them the scores that I want them to see. This was the second outing for Olivia Smart and Tim Dyke. Listen, I feel like this team, we really can't look to see what they do this season. We really need to look to see where they're progressing toward Milan, because that's the end goal for them, is going to the 2026 Olympic. Italy is the goal. And for me, in my opinion, I feel like they're progressing along just fine. Do they match each other perfectly yet? No. Are their rhythm in tune? No. Do they have the basic? Olivia Twizzle was, it was shaky at best. It was shaky at best. But they just got together. All of these things can be worked out. All of these things can be grown into. And then, despite the disaster that was the rhythm dance, Laurence Fournier-Baudry and Nikolai Sorin still managed to get on the podium. They still managed to get that bronze medal. Now with their rhythm dance. I'm not particularly fond of the movie talking at the beginning of the program. I always find that to be unnecessary. But the program itself has potential. Even though they didn't skate it clean here, they look sharp, they look clean, they look fit. The program has potential. I just want to see them skate it to their best potential, to their 100% before I make a decision. Christina Carrera and Anthony Paramenko, they won the silver here. You guys know how I feel about Christina and Anthony. They look like lovely kids, like absolutely lovely kids. And they're serviceable skaters. Again, they have interesting lifts. Every now and then I'm like, oh, there's the lift where he lifts her and then she bends back towards the ice. That's pretty cool. But overall, I don't know. Maybe they just need to get the right program for me to say wow. Because guys, I liked them as juniors. As juniors, they were special. There was something that I really liked about them as juniors. And I don't know if it's because of the injuries that delayed them and they've lost that and they need to get it back. I just don't see it yet. And then here, on home ice again, the team from Finland, the ice dance pair of Julia Tequila and Matthias Velus, they came and they delivered. They delivered on home ice and they look lovely. Now, my thing with this pair is I feel like they're being set up for a tragedy. Because let's say Charlene and Marco are getting the gold. Then let's say Lila and Lewis are getting the silver. Technically speaking, Julia and Matthias should be getting that bronze. But I feel like they're going to get pushed off the podium because Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin are going to be pushed onto that podium at European so that they can be pushed into top 5, top 6 at Worlds. So I feel like they're one of those teams who's going to lose out because of the political game. So I mean they're a lovely team, but I do feel bad for them in terms of what's likely to happen to them. And then finally we get to the women. It was a little messy. It was a little messy. I'm gonna just mention the things that I was impressed with. Anna Pizzata, girthy jumper. She's got no control on her jumps, but oh my goodness, if she ever gets that control, girthy jumper. We saw another outing of Ava Marie Ziegler. And it's more of the same. It's always the same with Ava. She has a lovely short program. We get all excited. We get the long. And the long here was a complete and total implosion. It was a complete and total implosion. Um, she, I have yet to see her skate 2 clean programs. It's not a lack of talent. She has the jump, but you need to have the talent, the ability, and the delivery. And she has yet to reach the point where she can deliver. Nella Pelkonen. The judges wanted to give her that medal. Oh boy! Had she only had a cleaner short program, the judges would have given her that medal. They wanted to put her on that podium so badly. And you know what? She tried to get them to put her on the podium. And this kind of outing is why I'm looking forward to European, because there's so many dark horses, so many potentials. But the person who did end up on the podium here was Anastasia Gabanova. Again, guys, the judges don't like her. The judges are not a fan of Gabanova. Like Gabanova, I'm always complaining, like I complained last season because her program were very boring. She came out here, she's trying to be interesting. That short program, she's trying to show us a different side. She's trying. That long program, she's trying. But the judges are not going with her. So I think what might happen is Gabanova might be forced to make an alliance with Ekaterina, because right now, as we're looking at it, if let's say we give Luna Hendricks the gold at European, we give Kimi Rippon the silver. Gabanova is barely hanging on to that bronze medal. You got so many people coming for her. Karakova's coming for her. Lara Naki Goodman, you can never count her out. Even Alexei Pagagini with her triple double and sometimes showing up triple triple is coming for her. Then you have the Ninas. Either one of them could be coming for her. And now you're adding Nella Pelkomen very close to her score. All of these people coming for her bronze. So she may feel like she has no choice but to join force with Eteri, who's already the de facto head of the Georgian figure skating federation. She might have to join Eteri to keep that bronze medal. Now, we all know Eteri was never one to back a bronze medal horse, not unless she knew she was getting the gold and the silver horse. But times are hard. Eteri needs her 40%. Eteri needs her international screen time. Listen, it's not cheap buying Diana Davis that silver medal after she falls on a twizzle. So I can see Eteri sitting in that kiss and cry with Anastasia Gabanova going forward, because we clearly saw that the Eteri 10% bonus is alive and well. And if Gabanova wants to keep that bronze medal at European or even Naba silver, she might have to join the dark side. I don't know, guys. We would have to wait and see how that plays out. In second place was Rinka Watanabe. Oh, Rinka. There's so much there. There's so much potential. And it's so inconsistent. I don't know if she's going to get her triple axel back for this season. But more than the triple axel, I just wish Rinka would do 2 clean programs. I just wish Rinka would do 2 clean programs and put it out there and get it out into the universe, because she has yet to do that. And this was another outing where she failed to give us 2 clean programs. The winner here was Miss Yelin Kim. That short program was effortless. The triple flip, triple toe went up in the air and came down. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. The whole program felt light. It felt comfortable. It felt effortless. She looked good. She looked competition ready. And then we got to the long program and we were like, no, not yet. She's not ready yet. She's not competition ready yet. She needs a little more time. She won that title based on her short program, not on that free program. She won it based on the short, because that free looking a little rough. But I like the fact that, again, she's trying new music. She's trying new genre. She's trying to become more emotive. And she's picking music that's forcing her to be more emotive, to do eye contact with the judges, to reach out to the audience. She's going down the right path. She doesn't have the stamina yet. She can't do the jumps yet, but it's only the start of the season. At least she is going down the right path. All in all, guys, there was so much skating this season. This weekend, I was so happy but so exhausted. I'm so happy everything wrapped up to the best that it could, and I enjoyed it so much. But you guys tell me, out of all of the events we had, Armenia Junior Grand Prix, Japan Open, Kings International, Shanghai Trophy, as well as the Finlandia Trophy, what did you enjoy? What were you able to see? Let me know in the comments below.